Hey, Deanna, thank you so much for coming on and sharing a little bit about your journey with us. So, for those of you who are watching, Deanna has just completed the Ignite Your Life program. And so she's an alumni, she's just graduated, and I'm just so excited for you to be able to share a little bit about you and your story and some of your results. So, Deanna, let's just start off. Tell us a little bit about you.
Thank you. Happy to be here, Sophie. I am Deanna Stanger, and I live in San Jose, California. I am I'm single and no children, but I have a adorable little cat named Toby, and that affords me time to spend with my parents and my family. Have a very close-knit family, so I get to spend a lot of time with them.
And you're a busy girl. You have a full-time job. You work super hard, right?
That's right. I forgot to say that I'm also an HR business partner for a large parts com- you know equipment manufacturing company for semiconductors. So
Right.
we build the machines that run the semiconductors for companies.
Gosh, I love more and more and more about you, Deanna. So, Deanna, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So, share share with our lovely ladies who are watching, share a little bit about how you felt prior to starting Ignite just a few short months ago.
Yes. So prior to that, um, I've been having some perimenopausal symptoms, and what really concentrated it for me was the weight gain and not being able to release it, where I had been able to when I would go on Weight Watchers or just eat a little differently, a little more restrictively, and exercise a little bit more, but that wasn't working for me. And it seemed like I could not get past certain weight release. Um, I I had a lot of fear of the future, and I was seeing my aging parents, especially my mom and my aunt, that really I saw how their life they had not really taking care of their health as much in the past and where it's leading them today. And so I took it as, oh, this is probably what will happen. This is in my genes.
Mm.
And so it was, yeah. So I really came in, I guess, basically for the weight release and to help with perimenopausal and menopausal changes that are happening.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember, Deanna, how kind of sort of despondent and hopeless you felt, right?
Yes.
Because you had tried the usual, right? I always say to everybody, it's like, okay, Weight Watchers, eating less, counting calories, doing more exercise. You tried pretty much the usual run of the mill things, correct? To kind of lose,
Yes.
right? And nothing had really taken you to where you wanted to go.
No. No.
And it's so interesting that you said that about your parents, right? Your family, because I think so many of us, Deanna, at this age, I encourage you, don't I, to look ahead. It's like, okay, your future self, your future dream self. And that you're very, very well acquainted with this now. And you're very well acquainted with your future desired self or dream self because you are her now, Deanna. But certainly, I think so many of us at our age, I'm a little bit older than you, but we do look ahead and we think, oh my goodness, is that my future? Is that what I've got to look forward to? And it is scary. It's like, oh, is if I could change my future, I I want to be able to do that. But many don't think it's possible, right? That you think, oh, it's
Right.
just genetics, it's just the way we are as a family, right?
Yes. And I felt like I had to make this change because I don't have children. I'm the youngest in my family. Who is going to help me? And so that was also kind of where I was, it definitely in despair about that,
Yeah.
and not hopeful at all, hopeless. Yeah.
Hopeless. And you touched on another such good point, Deanna, which is, in a world of quick fixes where we're looking for instant gratification, we don't really look at the reality of what could happen if we don't take care of our health. And so for you, it was like, well, I've got nobody to take care of me. I'm going to be on my own. And goodness knows, being such a strong, beautiful, independent woman that you are, you never want to be in a place, God willing, that you're going to lose your independence, or not be in that would be the worst situation. And I think for others it's like, well, you don't want to be a burden, to family members. But how smart of you to really focus on that and go, yeah, that is the reality, and I get to change that reality. I
Yeah.
get to really sort of take control, which you did. So
Yes.
you decided to join Ignite. And what was your biggest fear or hesitation? Because it's a big commitment coming in and doing Ignite. So what was your biggest fear?
Um, that's interesting. I guess it probably, I think at first it was, how am I going to make it work, the food work? And but you do a wonderful job of um, laying it out as to restaurants, how to eat out, because I do eat out with friends, and how do you make that work? So that probably was my first fear, is how do I live this way, and will I have to live this way forever? Probably my number one fear. And that
Yeah.
now that's completely changed because I want to live this way
Oh
forever.
my gosh,
So
exactly. Look at that
yeah,
shift. Look at that
yeah,
amazing shift. It's like,
yeah,
I get to live this way. This is
yes,
amazing.
yes,
And I remember, Deanna, you started just before a holiday, a big holiday. It was just before Thanksgiving. And Deanna was like, oh, I don't know if this is going to be the right time because of fear of, and I think I mean, honestly, Deanna, as you know, having done this program, that is the biggest thing that holds everybody back, is not within Ignite, but out there, as you can start doing something or trying to be healthy or eat a different way. And it is the forces that around you that will knock you off. Always, 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 if you don't have the tools and the mindset to be able to deal with that, which you now have. So,
yes,
Deanna, what let's talk results. Everybody who's watching loves to hit cut to the chase results. So what
yes.
are the results in 14, 15 weeks? Talk to us about your results.
Well, main thing, I lost 20 pounds. I didn't even think that was possible. And I'm expecting to even lose more.
Yeah, you are.
So that's phenomenal. I did my blood work prior, or at the very start of the program, and then I just took it this past weekend. And my cholesterol, I've always had high cholesterol, so I knew that was going to come in high, but I was shocked to see that it was above 250, and I got it down to 163. The
That is
power of
just
plants.
so, but it dropped 90, 80, 90 points or something.
94 points.
Dropped 94 points. That's
Yes.
given me chills, Deanna. How did you feel when you got those results?
I mean, I knew I was going to see a change, but that was, I mean, that's just phenomenal. I never, even as a kid, I was put on low cholesterol um, diets, and never seen this kind of change. And it wasn't until I ate Ignited to see that. And for my history, my family history of all heart attacks. I mean, it's in my family, and to see that at least come down, and then my LDL come down 67 points. I mean,
That's amazing. I just want to take a little moment just to dwell on that, because what, for those of you who don't know, what Deanna's talking about is her LDL. That is her low density lipoprotein. That is the bad cholesterol. And that's the number we really want to zero in on. And it came down, did you say 67 points?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it came down 67 points. So Deanna released 20 pounds, right? And this is inside of like 15 weeks, 15, 16 weeks. Okay. So she dropped 20 pounds and did it in a way that is just super beautiful, healthy. Did you go hungry?
No,
She wasn't
no,
calorie counting. She didn't have to
no.
restrict her calories, not one single calorie counting. She did not go hungry. She figured it out. Yes, it was a learning curve. Yes, there was tons and tons of mindset and really dialing that in, but you did it and you've completely empowered yourself. So you released 20 pounds, your LDL dropped 67 points. And just to give you some perspective on this, Deanna, and anybody watching, those who take a statin, right, which obviously with the side effects and everything else that go on with that, not to say that it's a bad thing, you know, it's a you know, life-saving in many cases, but just to say that those who do, the average drop of LDL cholesterol on a statin will be 30 points in even a longer period of time. So the fact that in just under 16 weeks, your LDL has dropped 67 points is absolutely phenomenal and is a testament to you of how you've done this, how you've integrated it, how you, and again, and not even being perfect, right? Because we don't do perfect in this program, by the way, do we? It's just, you know, being able to go through 2 holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, traveling. You just came back from a trip with your family. And so I'm so excited for you, Deanna. I'm so excited for you, for your family, for inspiring everybody around you that you've dialed this in the way that you have. So what is your biggest hope and strength going forward?
Well, I think you helped me from a mindset perspective of I did not know, well, I knew I needed confidence, but I didn't know that when we started out that that was going to come up in in my whole journey. And that was probably the biggest thing that was holding me back and not allowing me to be my FDS, my future dream self. So I thank you for seeing in me that this program could work for me. It has changed my life. It has boosted my confidence. I've regained myself. I feel more comfortable in my skin, that I belong where I am, wherever I go, and that I make no wrong. Uh, so I think your program also is so impactful in that you, just like you said, not making perfect. That was such a relief for me to walk through, and that I could find my way of implementing all of the what the program had to offer in my own way and not be restrictive. And but believe me, I mean, I did it at first and comparing myself and oh, I'm not doing it good
Everybody
enough.
does, Deanna. You know
But
that.
yes, but it's
Yeah.
just when you finally understand it, your program is so it's laid out perfectly. It met every need that I had at that moment. I would always remark to Coach Mary, "Oh my gosh, this just meets me exactly where I am. How do you guys know that? It's like you're inside me." Um, so thank you.
Yeah.
You've just changed my life.
Oh, Deanna, you know, and I think probably the thing that you found the most surprising, and I know this because I almost know this with everybody, is they start, you start coming and going, oh, just tell me what to eat. I need to lose this weight. I need to get healthy. And then the deeper part of this program that changes everything is definitely the mindset work and the very deep inner work that you have so deeply, deeply embraced. And it's been it's been an honor to watch your transformation, Deanna. Really has. So finally, what would you say to somebody out there who's feeling a little bit stuck, who's maybe tried pretty much everything out there, all the different diets and everything that's out there, and just still is feeling like super discouraged and hopeless, as you said, you felt a little bit like just not really knowing where to turn. If they were sort of maybe thinking about, oh, shall I even, book a call to discuss this? Because we have to know that everybody's a right fit before we invite them in. But what would you say to somebody if they're just like, oh, I don't know?
I would say just take that leap of faith and um, find out more information about it and invest in yourself because you are worth it. And um, you will be so much happier um, once you do this, and you will see that you can do anything. You can challenge yourself for anything after
Yeah,
this. And so it's
yeah.
definitely make the appointment for yourself. You need to invest in you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Deanna. And I think it's so true that we sort of tend to, as well, this is massive generalization, but I think as most of the women that I meet, and certainly myself, we sort of think of everybody else and doing for
Yeah.
everybody else, and I'll invest in this and this over there. But sometimes the last person that we really, really take care of because we feel so undeserving in some ways of really, really getting help. So I'm really glad that you reached out and asked for help. That's almost one of the if it that would almost be my biggest life lesson that I would share with absolutely everybody is just you can't do it alone, right?
Yeah.
And ask for help, and you deserve the help. And when you ask for help, you never know what's going to come in. You never know the wisdom and the love and the exact help that you are going to need on this stage of your journey. And so I know that's been very much a part of your experience. So Deanna, thank you for taking time out of your busy day. I know she's Deanna's office, obviously you can see that. So thank you for popping on. I love you so much.
I love you too.
And I'm just overjoyed for you and your results. And I know this is just the beginning.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Deanna. Lots and lots of love. Bye-bye.